What's up? It's Ben from WODprep, and in this video, we are going to talk about the best jump rope for double unders. So if you're trying to learn double unders, I'm going to give you all of the tips and tricks that I found with various ropes and tell you exactly which ropes I use to learn double unders and now hit a lot unbroken. But really quick, I want to make sure you know I'm not associated with CrossFit HQ in any way, shape, or form. Next, we have a ton of free double under training videos. So if you want what I call the ultimate guide to double unders, all you have to do is go to wodprep.com/DU and you can download our completely free double under training course that's going to help take your double unders to the next level. But this video is all about picking the right jump rope for you. There are a million different opinions out there. There are so many different kinds of speed ropes. In order to learn double unders, you need to choose the right one for your current ability level. So let's talk about a couple really important factors when it comes to choosing the perfect jump rope. Tip number one is that you need to find a jump rope that controls your speed. For so many athletes that I've worked with in our double under coaching course, many people will start off with a rope like this. They'll start with a super fast Rogue Fitness or jumping rope or super duper awesome speed rope. They're like, speed is obviously my issue. Double unders are really fast. I need to go fast, 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 fast. Well, what actually happens with a really fast rope is they will tend to overspin. So as you can see here in this video, this is just an example of an overspin where instead of doing 2 spins, you're actually doing 2.5 spins, and that will often cause you to trip up after just a couple double unders. So if you're tripping a lot, chances are you don't need a super fast rope. What you need to do is actually get a rope that has a slightly heavier cable. So you can see here, this is actually a rope that we developed here at WODprep to help you learn double unders. There's a fast cable and then there's this heavier cable. The cable weight, how heavy your rope is, really matters. And oftentimes, just getting a slightly heavier rope that forces you to slow down a little bit will often be what it takes to help you improve your double unders. Factor number 2 is rope flex. So a good jump rope should have a good shape to it. So you can see here, I just picked up this cable and it maintains a really good shape. Oftentimes, if you have a cheaper jump rope, some of the cheapest ropes on the market, you'll pick up the rope and it automatically is going to be all twisty and turny. And what happens is when the rope isn't rigid enough, it'll often twist as you're doing your double unders. So unless you have your hands in the absolutely most perfect position, what's going to happen is without you knowing, that rope is actually going to ball up and twist as it passes around your body. And that is obviously a major, major, major problem that's going to cause you to trip on the rope. So if you pick up your rope and it is a total tangled mess and it has a lot of memory in the rope, then what I'd suggest is finding one that has a much better parabola shape. So you can see here, this rope has a good shape. All the ropes that I have here actually will tend to keep their form, which will make a nice, perfect U shape as you spin the rope around your body, which will lead to less trips. Tip number 3 is the rope needs to give you feedback, especially when you're first learning. I already used this as an example. You wouldn't want to start with the fastest rope on the market. The reason for that is the fastest rope on the market is probably going to be really lightweight. And when something is lightweight, you're not going to get much feedback. And what I say by feedback is if you were to do a double under or a single under with your eyes totally closed, you should be able to actually feel the weight of the rope spinning around you. You should be able to feel that tension in your hands. And with the super duper fast ropes that people often start with, you have no tension, you have no feedback whatsoever. So going with maybe a heavier RX jump rope, or in this case, like I do have this heavier rope, going with a rope like this is actually a 5-ounce rope, a 4-ounce rope can work well. Going with a heavier rope will make it so that you can actually feel the rope spinning around your body, and that's going to help you with your timing and control as you slowly but surely learn double unders. Obviously, I wouldn't recommend trying to do sets of 200 unbroken double unders with a heavy rope. That's going to smoke your shoulders and it's not very efficient. But that's not your problem right now as you're learning double unders. If you want to learn how to get 20, 30, 50 unbroken, then you want a slightly heavier rope that's going to give you that feedback, and it's going to teach you how to keep your hands and how to keep the rope in a proper position with proper timing. And then ideally, once you get the hang of it with a heavier rope, you can simply switch out with a lighter rope. So this rope actually allows me to switch with a lighter speed cable. This cable isn't going to give me the same level of feedback, but once you have kind of all your boxes checked, once you have your timing, your rhythm, everything down, then you can move to a faster rope that's not going to fatigue your shoulders nearly as much. And that's where all of these common uncoated ropes and, just the traditional rogue ropes that you see online that are very readily available, those can be a good option after you've already developed 20 or 30 unbroken. Number 4, the next thing I want to talk about is rope weight. I did already mention that earlier, but I'm going to talk about rope weight in a different sense. Using heavy jump ropes can actually help you develop your double under muscles. So if you have a tendency to get really fatigued, let's say you're even using a speed rope and you just tend to get really tired, really tight shoulders, you can use a heavier rope like this, a 4 or 5 ouncer, and what that will do is actually strengthen your double under spinning muscles. I know it seems kind of ridiculous. We're used to moving hundreds of pounds, not ounces, not 3, 4, 5 ounces, but when you go with a heavier jump rope, even all the way up to, let's say, a 1 pound jump rope, if you go with a heavier rope, it's going to strengthen all of those little teeny muscles that are helping you spin the rope. You're going to get better and stronger at spinning the rope, and then when you switch to a lighter rope, it's going to be a lot easier to actually get it around your body, and you won't be nearly as fatigued. So a good double under development system will always incorporate a heavy rope so that the speed rope gets a lot easier. It's kind of similar to the way that baseball players will swing a heavier bat before stepping up to the plate. When you swing a heavy bat, or the bat that has an extra weight on it, when you swing that a few times, all of a sudden, when you take off the weight and you pick up the lighter bat, it's going to be a lot easier and a lot more efficient when you actually go to swing. The same thing kind of happens when you use a heavy rope and then switch to a light rope with double under training. The 5th and one of the most important factors with your double under development and choosing the right jump rope is the length of the rope. If you have a rope that is too short, it is very, very easy for you to constantly trip on the rope every single time. If you have a rope that's too long, what's going to happen is the rope is going to slap the ground and actually bounce back up and hit your feet every single time. So you need to find a sweet spot. The rope should be long enough so that whether you're fresh and can keep your arms down, or even as you slowly lift your arms up as you might get tired and start to fall into bad habits, at any time during that period, the rope should be barely clicking the ground. If your rope is too long and you have your hands down, it's going to slap the ground and bounce back up and hit your feet. If your rope is too short, as soon as you start to lift your hands, boom, you're going to be tripping on it. So you need to find a rope that's in that perfect sweet spot, and that will vary depending on how long your arms are, depending on how tall you are. The key is making sure that you're listening to that rope clicking the ground every single time, but not clicking it so much that it's slapping the ground and bouncing back up. A great way to see if this is happening is to watch yourself on super duper slow motion that a lot of our smartphone cameras have now. So when you combine all of these factors, the speed of the rope, the flex or memory of the rope, the feedback of the rope, making sure that you can feel it in your hands, the weight of the actual cable, and the number 5, the length of the rope, when you combine all of these factors together, you can get an incredible jump rope. There are dozens of great options on the market. Obviously, I'm a little biased. I love the system that I created with CrossRope. This is our double under training system. You see it even has WODprep handles, yay. And what this is a super fast handled jump rope. You can see it's spinning super fast. It has ceramic bearings, and you can interchange it with a speed rope. So you can see here, I took my 5 ounce rope and I switched it in with my speed rope. That's a great option. Another option is you can just get a simple uncoated super duper speed rope. I believe CrossRope makes this one as well, but Jumpin' Rope makes a great rope. There are a lot of options for uncoated cables that will get you super duper fast ropes. But again, this isn't necessarily the one I would start with. This is the one that I use in my workouts now when I'm going for pure ultimate efficiency. But if you're looking for a great learner rope, you can't necessarily afford the CrossRope system. Another great option is WODnation's rope. And again, I'm not sponsored by these guys or anything. I'm just friends with the owner, and I think he's a cool dude. The WODnation Jump Attack rope allows you to interchange a lighter rope. And you can see here, they have a light rope, and then they have a slightly heavier rope, and it's not a very expensive rope. So this is kind of the best of both worlds if you're trying to save a little bit of money. The bearings aren't quite as good. You can see it's not spinning nearly as fast as our rope was, but this is a great rope for someone who's trying to learn double unders. It's going to give you good feedback. You can make adjustments to the length of the rope, and you again have a light rope and a slightly heavier rope, so you can combine and interchange your double under development. Start with the heavier rope first, and then slowly but surely work to a light rope. Another few great options on the market, the RX ropes, they have some great stuff. Rogue has some good stuff. You can mix and match all kinds of different options on the market, but the bottom line is you need to make sure you focus on the 5 factors that we talked about in this video. And really quick, the 5 factors are speed, flex, feedback, weight, and length. If you find a rope or a couple ropes that fit all 5 of those important categories, then you will have the best possible jump rope for developing double unders. I hope that you like this video. I know it's a little longer than our normal ones, but I really wanted to give you a good look at what it takes to find the perfect jump rope. Let me know in the comments, which rope do you use? I'd be really curious to hear exactly which rope you're using to practice and develop double unders. And if you found something in this video that your rope doesn't have, leave a comment below and let me know, because it's going to be really good to help teach other people in the comments what is wrong with the current system you have and how you're going to change it based on what we talked about in this video. Next, click thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't like the video, and be sure to hit the subscribe button. I am working on creating some high quality, in-depth content to help you improve things like double unders and all the other CrossFit movements. Be sure to download our free ultimate guide to double unders at WODprep.com/double unders, and I will see you next week. Peace.